today on My Critique, Your View. I'm your host, Sandy Laborde, and we're glad to have you here with us today. It's February 25th, Tuesday, and we have a lot to talk about. We'll be talking about Klass, the event that just took place on February 22nd, Saturday, and we also have guests joining us today to talk about it. We have DJcoues with us, and we also have Mckenzy, both big promoters in the city of Orlando. So stay tuned, and we'll be back. As you remember, if I said it, you saw it. Let's talk. All right, well, welcome back to My Critique, Your View. Again, I'm Sandy Laborde, and we have guests with us here today. We have DJcoues with us, and we also have Mckenzy with us, two great promoters here in the Orlando area. So we're talking about the events that occurred this weekend at the Klass concert, about the fight that broke out, how things went south, and now everyone on the East Coast in the Haitian music industry is talking about how we should shut down Orlando Haitian events and how we feel about it. So I just want to talk about basically the word spread very quickly. I mean, it's covered on all type of media sites, magazines, Facebook, Twitter. Everybody's talking about it. It got around really fast. But I'm wondering why we're not hearing about breakouts or issues that happen in other areas. So let me start with DJcoues, if you don't mind. Are you used to fights breaking out at events, Haitian events, quite often?
For the past few months, no.
So here in Orlando, you're not used to that?
For the past few months, no.
Right, but okay, what's your experience in the past then?
In the past,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've been in some few events, bad, big fights. Bigger than this one, actually, too.
Really?
Yeah.
And afterwards, did people stop attending those parties, or what happened?
Actually, they no, not really.
So they kept going out?
They kept going out.
So did something change, or why do people keep continuing to go to those Haitian events?
Better locations.
Better locations?
Yeah.
Okay, was the security different at all?
Securities, yes.
Okay, that's good. So that means that we're growing and we're learning from our mistakes. Mckenzy, what about you? What's your experience with, because I think we were talking and you told me that you're in it for about a year now with Haitian events, but you've been doing club events for years, right?
Yeah.
So what's your experience with Haitian fights breaking out?
I mean, within the year of doing the Haitian market, I've probably say I've seen one fight within the market.
Orlando?
Orlando. Since I've been involved with the Haitian community.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen worse fights. Not even Haitians. I don't see worse fights. But like, go back to what DJcoues said. I mean, it's basically based on locations. I mean, if your location is on point for us, what you have inside the building, which goes back to security.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people gonna come regardless because people know there's gonna be fights everywhere. I don't see Mexicans fight,
Mm-hmm.
Haitians, Americans, Puerto Ricans, everybody fights.
Everybody.
So with all this Afghanistan in Orlando, that's ridiculous. I mean, they're taking a little bit too overboard.
Too far.
Yeah.
So you know what I find a little bit strange is that when I'm reading all of this information, that Orlando, everybody's saying that their experience is that Orlando always has fights. The Haitian community doesn't know how to act in Orlando. And yet we have two promoters sitting here at this table who've been at it for years, and they're both saying, Mckenzy said he's experienced or witnessed one fight, and DJcoues himself said within the last 10 months or so, no fights. And prior to that, when the locations weren't too great, maybe a few fights here and there. So, Mckenzy, where do you think they're getting this from?
I mean, what it is, people are misunderstanding. I've seen confrontations, a lot of confrontations, don't get me wrong, where it escalated to the point that they might have been fights. And what's so crazy about it, usually the same faces. Same faces, same people all the time. So my thing is, some people are rather make the quick buck versus longevity. When I say that, meaning, if I know, I'm just going to use DJcoues as an example. If DJcoues comes to my event and I know for a fact he's always up to no good and he's always causing trouble, I got two options. Either ban him or allow him to come in. Now, once he comes in, you already know one bad apple will cause the other apples around it to go bad. So that's what people get the misunderstanding, confrontation in actual fights.
Actual fights. So let me ask you something, Clues. Have you guys banned anybody from your events before?
To the point, no. At Pasha, yes, they have.
Pasha has banned people.
Yes.
And if you guys don't know, Pasha is, a club, a Haitian nightclub as well in Orlando, Florida, that just is doing really well. They had a really, really great start. Very popular nightclub. So they have banned people.
Yeah, but another reason why is they police officer, he don't play though.
So they have a police officer on site.
Yeah.
Okay. And any of your events, Kiss and Tell?
I mean, we through the study, like I said, me observing the business within the Haitian community, I watch and see what's the do's and don'ts. And I mean, we've been blessed to not have, we probably had one issue out of all the Kiss and Tell we did, we probably had one incident that happened. But I mean, we made sure we watched what happened.
Do you ban people?
I mean, of course,
Yeah.
you have to, because at the end of the day, I'd rather the brand grow than to make a quick $10 for somebody's entrance. Why? That $10 that you allowing in the club is probably going to mess you up for making $1,000 or $2,000. As a businessman, that's how I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it goes based on who you know will start trouble. Once you start banning these people gonna start taking you serious. Like, oh wow, Coos, Kizzo, whoever. Whenever you go to their stuff, I know that I need to tighten up.
Right.
Because I can't go to that with that foolishness. Then on top of that, be very selective of your securities that you choose. Don't get your cousin or your cousin's homeboy and them and just put on a t-shirt on them as security. No, get some real deal, zero tolerance security, where if you act up, they will have no hesitation to slam you on your neck.
Right.
The minute they slam you on the neck, that's going to make everybody in the club see that, and then I'm pretty sure nobody will ever get embarrassed in front of women or just in general. So, I mean, I'm from attending American Market, clubs, I've seen guys get tossed out the club so nasty that they either one, won't come back, or two, they gonna learn their lesson when they come back to the club.
Okay, so it seems like we have to step it up and be willing to ban people. If it's the same people causing problems over and over and over, it can't be about family, it can't be about friendships. In order to secure everyone else and have them feel confident to come out, then yes, we definitely, I guess, need to ban or enforce security. Well, we do have a surprise for you. Although the fight broke out and, everyone talking badly about the event, we did get a chance to interview Mr. Richie himself of Klass. And we love them. We can't wait for them to come back to Orlando, but we definitely be showing that to you later. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Remember, if I said it, you saw it. So let's talk. All right, well, we're back and we have great news. We have another guest that just joined us, and a lot of people know him in the Haitian music industry, DJ Jeanuwine we have here today. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
All right, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. Had a long day.
Long day. I know everyone here is tired, but we appreciate everybody showing up. Let's go straight into it. You were there at the Klass Ball, right?
Yes, I was.
I was telling everybody how I just bumped into you and Sophia, and then everything just broke loose. Really quickly, tell us, what was your opinion of what happened that night?
I mean, from my point of view, the night was going very well. I mean, it was too good to be true.
Right.
And I was talking to my friend, and he was saying the same thing. He was like, "Man, this is too good to be true," because the sound was on point. The place was almost packed, that early. And the promoter was, he was catering to everyone. He was at the door putting on wristbands. He was running around giving out the alcohol, yes. And he was making sure everyone was okay. And we danced, I think we danced maybe 4 songs. And you look around you see the older people out there having a great time, dancing, singing, and you see the younger people out there doing the same thing. So it was almost too good to be true.
Right.
It wasn't hot. The AC was blowing.
It was on point. It was nice.
The lighting was nice. And when my friend KC came over, he was like, "Yo, man, this is too good to be true." And I started thinking, and after maybe 2 minutes, you came by, said hi, and something popped off in the corner.
So, I mean, everybody anticipated, you know, this concert being great because the last one was just too good to be true, as you said. So we already knew this one was just going to be memorable. But, I mean, where did it go wrong? I mean, what happened? I mean, did you see anything happen?
I mean, one thing I like to do is observe. I observe the people that's in the building and, well, pretty much the people that's there. Because depending on who's there, you already know how the night's going to turn out, you know, possibilities. So, but, you know, after, like, during the time when you came over to and we were speaking, I noticed that some of those people were in that corner that, you know, that drawed all the attention. And,
so you said those people, what type of people are we talking about?
I mean, these are, you know, some guys, I'm not saying they was there to create trouble, but sometimes trouble follows certain people. And if you have a history of getting into fights and getting into trouble, it's going to follow you wherever you go.
Right.
So I'm not sure what was going on in the corner, but I can automatically expect that something will happen. Whether they intended it to go down or not, something was going to happen. And
did you see the fight break out?
no, I didn't see it break out. But the amount of time that, you know, during that break, I think it was 2 different times the band noticed that these guys were, you know, getting into the altercation in the corner. And he said, it was like, yo, me say, no.
Right.
And that was enough time for security to go there, you know, break it up or kick the people out.
So you're saying that this happened twice. Like this same group kind of came to everybody's attention twice.
Twice. Well, I would say twice. Once during the before the band finished their song that they were singing, the anniversary song, and another point was right before they sang the next song because they took a nice break in between there.
Right.
I'm not sure what they was doing. For a second, I thought they was going into a halftime with the DJ, and Richie came on. He said a few words on the mic, gave a few people a shout outs, and we felt like they was getting ready to sing Movesia.
That's what I thought. And that's the reason why I moved towards the front, because I was like, you know, they're about to get started. So when did you notice that, okay, it was no longer the too good to be true atmosphere and it was time to head out the building? When did you notice that?
Right before Movesia.
Okay.
Because once the guy said, miss it, sometimes words can actually push the people to fight. So the artist was like, you know, the night is going good, don't come fight here. And you know, before he could close his mouth, everyone took off running.
Went down, right?
Yes.
Well, as you know, the next day, a lot of different entities in the Haitian music industry, HMI, they had a lot to say. But overall, the 2 things that stuck out, one, Orlando is the Afghanistan in the HMI, is in Afghanistan. And also 2, we should go ahead and shut down Orlando and not have any Haitian activities here in the future. How do you feel about that?
I remember there was one point where our Saturday nights were dead. Saturdays used to be the nights for battles, for big events and stuff. And at one point it died off because there was so much bloodshed going on with like Jaku, for instance. Anytime Jaku comes to town, everybody knows you have to expect something to go down.
Right.
So, and guys, you know, they will wait for these big bands to come in so they could go out, show out, and get as much as attention as possible. So, but I guess the bands had got tired of, you know, all the fighting. The promoters got tired of all the fighting. The venue owners was tired of these guys coming in there and ruining their places. So they took a big break from all the bands and stuff, which took places on Saturday.
Do you think Orlando needs to take a break?
I mean, sometimes you have to take a break and you have to, you know, let the smoke clear before you restart. Because, I mean, there's at times I would say take a break, but then it's like, as a promoter, whichever promoters are active now, they might lose, you know, the pool that they have. I mean, you might give another promoter a chance to come in, but sometimes we do need a new promoter to come in and try something different. Sometimes we need new venues to give us opportunities to try, different strategies.
I was told this is Evan's first time doing an event here in Orlando.
In a long time.
In a long time. So, do you feel like he needs to have a break with Orlando?
No, I don't think he needs a break.
Right.
Honestly, I felt real bad for, because of the outcome of this battle, because he put so much energy into it, so much work.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was out, midnight, passing out flyers under the businesses' doors and stuff, and putting his posters up. He's at every event, doing his event, and he put a lot of footwork into it. Most promoters here will get the whole community, the whole Zouk Night community, to help us promote an event. But this guy here, he went ahead and he did most of it on his own. He had a few, some good sources behind him too,
right? Like
you guys, but unfortunately, the event, the concert turned out,
it went south.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Saturday, February 22nd, was big enough as far as the fight? We saw the picture of the injury,
yes,
and that was the only injury so far that we know of that was that, bad. Do you feel like Saturday is enough to where we need to shut down Orlando?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. Because, for one, Orlando, we are a growing city. If you notice, this past 2 or 3 years, we have been the talk of the HMI.
Right.
Not just in Orlando and Florida, all over New York, Canada, Haiti. Everyone is talking about Orlando. So, people are going to exaggerate things. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're getting too much attention. Maybe we could be doing something wrong, or we could be doing something right. But we're a growing city. We have a lot of people moving in from out of town. We have people coming from big cities to come here to Orlando.
To
yeah, a lot of these guys, they're exploring. They're putting their ideas into the market. So I feel like in maybe a year or two, we will be up to par with Miami, Fort Lauderdale at least, then Miami, and then New York. But sometimes we have to take a hit before we get there.
I feel you on that one. Well, there you have it. There's DJ Jeanuwine's take on everything that happened that night. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back to discuss more on the events that took place. Well, welcome back, everyone. From everything we've been discussing today about the events that happened in Klass, we can definitely see that Orlando is a growing city, or is starting to be able to compete with the other cities when it comes to the HMI, because news here gets out really quick. So with that being said, people are noticing that Orlando is not the small country city that people may think it is. It is actually a very big city, and what contributes to it is all the surrounding cities around Orlando that where Haitian people come from those areas just to enjoy what's in Orlando. I'll name just a few. You have Claremont, Winter Garden, Polk County, Poinciana, Kissimmee, Sanford, Altamont, Ocoee, Apopka, all these places. You have Haitians driving in to enjoy these events, and that just makes events here in Orlando bigger and better. Kenzo, let me ask you, with Orlando being this size, what do you see for the Haitian HMI industry here in Orlando? Where do you see it going, our highs or our lows?
As of right now, we're heading almost to that right direction. But like I said, just little kinks that we just need to fix as a community just to get us to that situation.
Do you think we can compete with cities
of
like?
Of course.
Yeah.
We got Disney. The biggest advantage that we have Disney World and Universal right behind the backyard. Mm-hmm. So why not take that advantage of that as a city? And just look at all the cities you just named that's around Orlando, just itself. So we're right there. It's just a couple kinks that we just gotta fix. It would be all right.
And work out.
Yeah.
DJ Jeanuwine, a lot of people are saying that I heard Orlando say mon gros soulier. So I'm guessing that means that we have a lot of mon on there. I mean, what do you feel about that when it comes to Orlando?
Orlando is a bright city filled with a lot of bright people, and believe it or not, 30% of our nightlife supporters, the Zouk Night supporters, there are people from out of town. You know, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, New York, Tampa, yeah. Exactly. So, you know, you guys may say yes, Orlando has a certain type of people, but believe it or not, we are a people of different cities. Everyone comes to Orlando to start a new life, and at the same time, come out here and enjoy themselves as if they would in their own hometown.
Well, let's bring it over to Kuz. Kuz, I mean, how do you feel, because you've gone through different phases in promoting, how do you feel about Orlando and the difference in Orlando and different cities when it comes to the HMI?
I feel like the difference between Orlando and different cities is the other cities' events last longer, and their promoters learn how to work with each other more. That's the difference to me.
Okay, so right now promoters here in Orlando are kind of doing their own thing. Everybody's
just now trying to get to the situation of working with each other. If we work on that, then it will make the place a better place, Orlando. So that's the difference to me. Everybody need to work with each other instead of step on each other's toes.
Okay, well, I did hear recently that the promoters are starting to, communicate with each other and talk to each other and work with each other. So hopefully that'll make our events a little bit better. So for everyone who was hurt, who's discouraged, who's scared, start looking into promoters. If you like anyone here, you like how they talk, you like how they do business, follow their events, follow them. We have a couple of promoters that weren't here today, but if you go into the Orlando pages, events, promoters, you'll find them. Start looking into the people that you're following. Also, I'm sorry, we're not going to take it. We're not the Afghanistan of HMI. Orlando is the city beautiful. That is literally her name. And if I it has earned that name. And we have way too many Haitians here in Orlando and so few fatal events to go ahead and take on that title. So I'm sorry, we can't take on that title. We do respect and we're proud that we're growing as far as competing with other cities. And we welcome anybody to come out here any day. Contact any of us and we'll show you a good time. But long story short, we apologize to Klass for the behavior. We apologize to Evans, because he put in so much work. And we apologize for the people coming out and having to experience that night. But again, we can definitely put money on it and back up the fact that Orlando will continue to have great events. You're not wasting your time if you come out and support your Haitian community. So don't be scared. Go dance, go have fun, enjoy yourself. My critique, your view. We're gonna put out the pictures for you. We just wanted everything to calm down. We're gonna put out the video footage for you so you can see how beautiful it really was before things broke out. But now we have this gift for you, the interview we were able to do with Richie before everything broke out. So again, thank you gentlemen for joining us. If I said it, you saw it. Let's talk. Let's go ahead and see what Mr. Richie had to say himself.
Son très belle bagaille et m'a salué tout le monde qui a regardé les choses. My critic, your view. So I think Klass is behind that and the real positive community and they'll keep it up. And parce que à ce moment nous allons voir un peu le bagaille qui fait jeune plaisir et hopefully nous côté le fanatique qui pas présent ou l'autre côté. My critic, your view. I like it. Thank you.
We hope you guys enjoyed that message from Richie. We absolutely love Klass here in Orlando and enjoyed the incredible performance that we got a chance to see before the accident. But we absolutely love Klass. And I mean, from what I've heard, Klass said that it's actually not the worst that they've seen, so we're glad to hear that we're not the worst here in Orlando. But again, this segment was just to cover the Klass concert that everyone was talking about. We also mentioned it in the last episode, so we can't not talk about it in this one. Hopefully people have a better understanding of what took place and haven't completely given up on us, because we do want to give you the best of the best here in Orlando. So again, go on to My Critique Your View on Facebook to see pictures and video footage of what happened at Klass, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what you see. My name is Sandy Laborde. Remember, if I said it, you saw it, so let's talk.